That's amazing. Not one hand goes in the air. We're all citizens of Memphis. You know, the thing that politicians and city leaders were supposed to do, they get elected to go down and govern our city and make decisions. The reason we elect them is we expect them to make the same decision that we would make if we were in that position. But we let them go down and make those decisions because we're busy leading our lives. That's why we elect them to represent us. They're supposed to make the same decision that we would make. We want a politician that thinks like we think. Yet, you know, here, not one hand goes up. There's not one person that thinks the pyramid should be turned into a big commercial Bass Pro Shop with a big fishing lure going up and down the side of it. But yet, you know, the politicians, Myron Lawler for one, can't wait to get that done. Because all they're talking about and all they're thinking about is that's a little jewel that will put some more money into their pocket. So I'm just thinking that why couldn't we have a Memphis Music Hall of Fame? Not only did Elvis Presley, Carl Perkins, Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, Roy Orbison, the list goes on and on of how many famous musicians, not from just Memphis, but from all around the world, have come to Memphis to record music and hit songs right here in Memphis. You know, I can just envision the pyramid being a beautiful, shiny mecca, Memphis Music Hall of Fame, Elvis Island, you know, the development that could go on down there. We get with Elvis Presley Enterprises. Believe me, they would jump at the chance to have anything to complement Graceland. Right now, people come to Memphis. You go to Graceland, that's it. You know, what else is there in Memphis that recognizes Elvis Presley? It's a waste. It's a wasted opportunity. And that's just one of the things that we can do to bring more and more tourists and tourism into this city. I mean, I look around and I see a city the size of Memphis, almost 700,000 people, and there's no amusement park. And we wonder why our kids are, you know, in gangs. We wonder why they're running up and down the streets, you know, places they shouldn't be. What alternative do we offer them? No amusement park in a city this size. We let Liberty Land just, fall apart and go by the wayside. I have definite ideas, and that would be one of the first orders of business to address, is to bring more tourist dollars into the city of Memphis. Any more questions? Yes, sir.
Mr. Lawler, I know you came with Donald Trump.
Yes.
Have you ever talked to him as far as coming down and investing?
I have not had that conversation, but I have. That's one of the advantages that. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. He said that he realized that I had been on television shows and talked with Donald Trump. Donald Trump bought into the WWE just a month or so ago, and he's been on our shows and programming since 2005. Donald Trump is a huge wrestling fan. And he wants to be a part of the WWE, and Donald Trump is one of the most successful businessmen in the world. Just a story in the paper the other day: Donald Trump spent $100 million cash to buy back Trump Towers in New Jersey. So here's a guy that I'm not blowing my own horn, but I can say that I know Donald Trump personally. I mean, he and I have sat in the same room and talked at one point in time, and it would be no problem to have access to a guy like Donald Trump and say, hey, look, Donald, I'm the mayor of Memphis. I think we have a lot of opportunity down in Memphis. Would there be any possibility of you coming to Memphis and investing some of those hundreds of millions of dollars in Memphis? And I can tell you, something like a Memphis Music Hall of Fame would interest a man like Donald Trump. And so, that's something that I would definitely, that's one of those favors that I would call in. That's one of those relationships that I've made over the years in being with the WWE that I would definitely take advantage of. And that's something that, none of these other politicians in the race would have a chance to do. More questions?
About term limits.
Term limits? I don't know if that's going to be a major issue in this race, but I've always been in favor of term limits personally. I think that
How many terms would you serve?
How many terms would I serve?
5, 10?
No, honestly, I think there was a reason that the term was invented, and whatever a term is, if it's 4 years, to me that's long enough. In 4 years, you've either you've done a good enough job, you have enough time in 4 years to if things are screwed up when you get in there, to turn things around and get it headed in the right direction, and let somebody else come in and try their hand at it. Or if you haven't accomplished anything in 4 years, I don't think 4 more years is gonna fix anything. So I would say 1 term would be fine with me. Anybody else?
One more.
You got 1 more back there. All
One more,
right.
and I'll leave you alone.
That's all right.
Mr. Lawler, I know that you've done a great deal for Memphis. Don't you think, and I guess everybody here would agree, that we owe you this. We owe you the mayorship.
Oh, no. Well, I thank you. I appreciate that. You know, guys, the truth of the matter is, Memphis has done everything for me. I mean, just the support that I've had from Memphis is what made me who I am today, is what made Jerry the King Lawler be a world famous wrestler. Somewhere along the line, somebody gave me the opportunity to get in the ring and do something that I've loved doing. And I've made a great living, made a great career doing something that I try to never let them know, but I would have paid them to let me do to begin with, So I really have the people of Memphis to thank for everything that I have and everything that I've accomplished. Without the support that I've had over the years, and from the fans and the people of Memphis, there wouldn't be any Jerry the King Lawler. I wouldn't be standing here today talking to you guys. So I appreciate that sense, and if you want to translate that into voting for me because you feel like you owe me that, I'll take that. But in reality, I owe the city of Memphis, and that's what my candidacy is about. I owe everything that I have to Memphis, and because of that, I want Memphis to continue to be. I want Memphis to be the best city that it can be. I really mean that with all my heart. I love this city, and I'm unhappy, as I think most Memphians are, with politics as usual in this city. Our mayor's race right now and our politics are a laughing stock around the rest of the country. It's a joke, believe me. I travel all around and I hear people talk about it. Every Monday night when I go out in front of a crowd of 20 or